My calculations show that Dr. Wily jumped approximately 37.426 years, okay, into the future. I have no idea what he plans to do, but your can be sure that he'll be back.
Okay. This is Mega Man 2 for Game Boy. Let's get stuck into it. So once again, we start out with 4 levels, but there's actually 4 more later on in the game. Here you start with Metal Man, Wood Man, Air Man, and Clash Man? Hang on. I know there's a Crash Man from Mega Man 2 for NES, but I don't remember Clash Man. Maybe they put this new robot in just for the Game Boy version or something. So this time around you've got 3 Rush units, the Coil, the Jet, and Rush Marine. The Rush Jet works the same as in Mega Man 3 for NES. You jump on and you can control precisely where he goes, rather than only going in one direction. Rush Marine is here also, but you only need to use it maybe twice in the game. So you remember these Roadrunners in Woodman stage? You stand still and they just jump over you? Well, they're back in the Game Boy version. Hang on, they're supposed to jump over me. Alright, I'll shoot them instead. What's wrong with this picture? Alright, enough of that. In case you hadn't noticed by now, the music in this game is not the same as the Nintendo version. In fact, it's just awful. I mean, I can't even play the game properly with this racket going on. In fact, I'm not going to play it properly. I'm going to cheat. This is the Game Genie for Game Boy. There's 2 buttons on the front. One resets the game and takes you back to the code screen, and the other button turns the codes on or off. There's also a little code book stored in the back. You also got a bunch of stickers for popular games which have codes printed on them. The cartridge slots in backwards and you're ready to go. You can put up to 3 codes in, but as you remember from the NES, some cheats require 2 codes. So I'm just going to put infinite energy in here. So after the first 4 robots, you drop down into Wily's teleport system again, only this time you actually get to play the levels. There's 4 bosses from Mega Man 3 for NES, Hard Man, Magnet Man, Needle Man, and Top Man. The levels have some similarities to their NES counterparts, and once again the graphics in this game are crisp and clear. It's just too bad the sound and music is awful. Like the original Mega Man 2, this game is actually the easiest of the Game Boy games. They get the difficulty pretty much spot on in Mega Man 3. Hey, the top spin! Look at me go! Speaking of useless weapons, once you finish off the robots, you get to fight Quint, who bounces around on a pogo stick. So apparently this is who Dr. Wily brought back from the future. But he's basically the easiest boss in the game, which is a bummer because he's kinda cool. He actually shows up again as a boss in Mega Man 5 for Game Boy, which is neat. Enka from Mega Man 1 also shows up, but you don't get to keep their weapons. Once you nail him, you get his Sakugan, or maybe pronounced Sakugane in Japanese. It's supposed to be derived from a Japanese word for jackhammer. So now you're off to Wily's stage, let's try out this Sakugan. This is actually a good tune, one of the few highlights of the game. Oh, I thought that would work. How did that happen? Rush coil, maybe? So you've got these melting clocks in the background, like in Salvador Dali's painting, Persistence of Memory. It's kinda cool, but since they never explain any of the time travel stuff in the game, it's pretty much wasted. I'm using the pogo stick on Wily's head, but if it weren't for the Game Genie, I'd be dead by now. It's easier just to go back to pellets. So that concludes Mega Man 2. A strange disappointment in the Game Boy series. They get back on track with Mega Man 3, with music and sound effects straight from the NES and much harder levels.